Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cupid Parasite, continuing, well, not really continuing anything, continuing on with the game, but we're going to start Shelby's after drama story or whatever. So, starting Shelby's route. Shelby Snail, oh, the time that I spend with my beloved wife is irreplaceable. So what should we have for breakfast? Well, obviously that's not his voice, but use the same name. Yours? Oh, did we get married? Obviously we did, because we're Spacey Snail. Oh, we got a CG right off the bat. There you go. Good morning, Shelby. Look, she looks so pretty in this. And you're up early again, Spacey. Good morning. Shelby leaned in, pulling my face close for a good morning kiss. 2 weeks had flown by since our wedding. Okay, so we got married 2 weeks ago. We commuted between our homes on 8th and 1st Ave, adjusting our living situation based on work. Now, I was more than just a bridal advisor. I was also Shelby's secretary, helping him manage his business. Despite our hectic work schedules, we enjoyed our life together. Well, yeah, the music when it's got lyrics in it kind of makes me questionable, like, hopefully, anyway. Like, so far, the things that have gone up, like, everything's always limited ads, because I swear and stuff like that, and probably whatever, but, like, I haven't had anything come up where it's like, oh, we can hear music and lyrics, but it kind of concerns me. But it's like, they don't have a thing to other that, or it's no music at all in the background. I think it's low enough for you, but, like you, I doubt, can hear it, but for me, it always is so motherfucking loud. Like, my headset is completely off. Like, I can't, like, but, like, I have to turn my computer down to nothing, even though the music is, because it's, like, it's so distracting. Like, I want background music, but I don't want it to be distracting, and this music is very distracting, because there's lyrics as I'm trying to, like, read, and I'm like, stop, I can't read and listen to lyrics at the same time. Sometimes my brain can. Sometimes I got the TV going, I'm reading articles on the thing, and I got something else doing, like, but when I'm trying to, like, record and read for you, that's distracting. I don't know. Anyway. Let's look at today's schedule. Oh, there's a meeting starting at 9. Do you think we can squeeze in breakfast? I think there should be just enough time. Perfect. So no banana-only breakfast today. Right. Oh, breakfast, you meant actual... I thought... Never mind. Breakfast is in having sex with your husband? Shelby cast a slightly wry smile towards the banana he left at the bedside. It's a whole... That's not a banana. That's a fucking store. That's a grocery store where the bananas. Jesus. Bananas, known for their blood sugar boosting properties, were his go-to breakfast, especially when waking up for online meetings. His diet used to consist solely of bananas, supplements, and jelly drinks. However, as a married couple, we made a point to share breakfast before work. This poor, like, if he is just used to literally running on, like, 6 calories a day, like, you feeding him an actual breakfast of, like, normal human calories, like, I don't think this man's going to be able to function. Regardless of how busy we got, we cherished our shared moments. Even with his calendar brimming with meetings and conferences, Shelby still maintained this routine. Unfortunately, due to his schedule, we dined separately in the evenings, and he would just consume jelly drinks. Shelby, you've been working non-stop for 9 days. You need to rest soon. Oh, you're right. It's easy to lose track when you're used to powering through. I appreciate your reminder. Thank you. He smiled at me through the mirror as I applied my eyeshadow. I should really unwind a bit. Let's take some time off soon. Plus, we haven't had our honeymoon yet. What do you think about going when I finally take a break? Going on our... Yeah, okay. I don't know why my brain couldn't process that as a sentence. Our honeymoon. Hearing him mention it filled me with joy. Yeah, I'd love to. We embraced and Shelby blushed, seemingly caught off guard by his own suggestion. Spacey. Shelby Snail, my husband. Even after our wedding, seeing him flustered brought a smile to my face. Shelby, where do you want to go for our honeymoon? Well, there is one place I'm interested in, if it's Crunch Canyon. And where's that? He reached over to the bedside table, retrieving the paper. I received this invitation. It's for a newly built artificial island in Los York, Diamor Paradis. Okay, that is also could have been second, but it's like, listen, it's just Crunch Candy keeps coming up a lot and everything is all I'm saying. Invitation for Diamor Paradis. And there were actually words on that one. No, don't you start. No necktie today. Oh, spicy. A few days later. Yoo! Look at our little paddle boat. We embarked on our honeymoon trip to Diamor Paradis. This recently constructed artificial island in Los York Bay, known as the Paradise of Love, had become a hotspot for couples. Oh, it's that little island over there to the left, I guess. Oh, yeah, it's very small. I can't read that from this far. Its unique pear shape stood out in the latest city maps. Oh, okay. The fact that you're pointing out it's pear-shaped tells me something. I don't know what it tells me, but I'm just saying it's unique pear-shaped. Do you see how pear-shaped? It really is. It's not just that it's a pear shape. It's the fact that it even has like a little leaf on it on the top. You know what I mean? So like that is concerning because I feel like that's going to play a bigger part somehow. Who owns this? Is it run by the guy? Like, you know what I mean? Come on. I don't think we found out. Like, we know that. Well, Omar Holdings, that guy, right? Eli Omar, is that what his name was from Ryuki's route? But I don't think they were partners. I don't think he owned it, though. But anyway, you know how, like, the apple keeps popping up and, like, you know, well, was the lore behind the Greek gods. You know what? Do you want me to pet you or not? You're being an asshole. You want me to pet you, but then the second I touch you, you shriek and you bite me very hard. You were not very nice. You've been very bratty lately. I will take you and I will throw you downstairs and you'll stay down there. No, I don't want to pet you right now. Because you're just going to bite me. It's very mean. He's like, just leave your hand here and I will pet myself. Fine, but if you bite me, I swear to God, I'll knock your block off. That's not true. I wouldn't do that. I just like to threaten you because you're an asshole. There's nothing I can do but yell at you. I give you stern, angry voice because you're a big fat jerk. You give no fucks. You don't even care. He's like, whatever, lady. Don't care. Anyway, I just feel like the pear shape plays some kind of a part in something and it's not, or they just were like, oh, let's make it shaped like a pear. That's weird because you never know in this game. You know, you got Bumble Pig and other questionable shit and you're like, oh, okay. Okay. That's normal. And then you have other things that it's like, and this is symbolic of something, you know? Is it symbolism for something? Does it mean absolutely fucking nothing? Who knows? Legend had it that dating someone there ensured a lasting relationship. Offering both day trips and overnight stays, this elaborate amusement park promised a week's worth of entertainment. It was managed by a major French corporation, Omar Holdings. Okay, it's managed, but that doesn't mean it's owned by. That answers that question, though. Eli Omar, the vice president in charge of development in Los York, had personally sent Shelby an invitation. Okay, I'm also very concerned. Okay, after, remember the last part or the part before, whatever. It's been a day or so since I finished Ryuki's route. It's like a day or two. Anyway, you know, when we read again the trigger warnings and things and like, here's all the questionable stuff. And one of them was like cheating. And then I don't know why when I read that, I feel like that's Shelby's route. Why do I feel like if we're going to cheat on anybody, it's going to be, and that is so sad. Although Alan could also, because he was like, you know, an incubus or whatever. But I don't know why when I was reading that right before we got, I was like, and then this, it said if you date someone here in a lasting relationship, and now Eli sent you the invitation, and I'm like, are we gonna like cheat on her husband with this man? Is her husband gonna cheat on us with this man? You know what I mean? I'm not getting good vibes right now. Plus also it's like, I'm gonna assume that would happen more in the spicy end, because the spicy end is the questionable shit, like the kinky weird shit or the kind of more inappropriate things. You know what I mean? Where I guess if you were gonna like, I'm gonna have an affair, it would be in the spicy end, because that's not sweet. That's not something that should happen in the sweet and spicy end, which would be the quote-unquote best ending, you know what I mean? And I don't think the spicy is a bad ending necessarily. It's just a, like, for most people, I would assume it's questionable. You know, like we saw with Ryuki. Like, you're just gonna let someone watch? Like, that's okay. You throw your freak flag in there. Oh, okay, sure. Sure, okay. You know, and it's the, spicy. That's why it's called spicy. So I could see where they're like, oh, spicy, kind of questionable things where, like, most normal couples aren't gonna have somebody that they're gonna invite in to just watch. You know, that's a little freaky. I mean, it's okay if you want to let your freak flag fly like that and that's what you're into. Cool, go for it. Go for it. You and your partner are into it. You're not hurting anybody. Do whatever you want. But it's not like, quote unquote, doesn't fit into the what we consider like a average relationship. But you know what I mean? And so I just feel like the questionable kind of content's going to be in the spicy ends. And since we don't have bad ends, if there is any kind of like cheating, it's going to happen in the spicy end and it's going to be like, oh yeah, well, he knows that I have a piece on the side, but we don't talk about it and whatever. And like it's not problematic. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I necessarily love that idea. 'Cause like, sure. Okay. Again, different relationships. Hey, my man harem knows that I'm dating everybody in here, okay? Like, whatever. We know what's goes. But I'm not, like, hiding it. I'm not, like, cheating on my man harem with another man harem. You know what I mean? You know? And I just find that weird that we're going to put that possibly in somewhere as, like, oh, it's spicy. I mean, okay, but also, I don't think comparing cheating to, like, we let somebody watch us on occasion is like the same level of stuff. There's one that's like, that's a little kinky. Okay, sure. And then that's kind of like not right. like, unless it's one of those, like, he knows I have a lover and we just don't talk about it. And it's like, we pretend we don't know. And it's like, but you know, and then you're okay with it. Then I guess, sure. But anyway, I don't know why I'm analyzing it right now, but I just feel like if that's going to be a spicy end, it's going to be Shelby. And now I'm like, are we going to bang Eli? Is that it? Is that why he exists in this? But also, what else is going on with D'Amore Paradis? What else is something else going on with it, you know? Plays a bigger part. I'm just assuming. Could be making shit up. Anyway. But Eli personally sent Shelby an invitation because he wants to get in bed with his wife. We've never done business with Armar Holdings before, right? D'Amore Paradis is Omar Holdings' first venture in Lost York. Okay, so, well, they manage it, so, like, do they own it? Well, I'm sure it's one of those, like, we got partners who invested and stuff, and, like, whatever. And yeah, they're probably sending out invitations to Lost York business owners to establish connections. Oh, I see. Yeah, connections with your wife. Listen, if this is not how that spicy end's gonna go, this is gonna be wildly inappropriate to start this route, but amusement parks had nothing to do with our work, but I wondered if Omar Holdings was simply making a friendly gesture. D'Amore Paradis. Isn't that like the paradise of love? Amor is love, isn't it? I mean, Omar Holdings is French, so, like, I don't speak French, but amour in, like, other languages. Now I don't know, and then Paradis, I would assume, is paradise. So I would assume it's like paradise of love or lover's paradise or something like that. Some kind of combination of love and paradise in a sentence. So kind of does have to do with your job because your job is getting people married and they have a wedding venue and like I can see the connections. This is not like Disney World where you're like, I mean, Disney holds weddings, I guess I can cut it. This is pretty obvious connection. I'm just, anyway. My thoughts were interrupted as Shelby began to explain further. Omar Holdings is a major family-run corporation with a storied history. The invitation details their portfolio of businesses, spanning from hotels and food to entertainment and apparel. It seems like they're leveraging their resources and making their presence a strategy for large corporations and making their presence. Wait, what? Leveraging their resources and making their presence a strategy for large... Okay, whatever. We're doing business talk on, like, a Monday, it's a holiday as I'm recording this, and I'm like, look, my brain's not functioning. It's like a Sunday, and like I went to sleep really late. I went to sleep at 2 a.m. this morning, still woke up at 8, so like I'm like not braining fully. Anyway, I see. And I could have taken a day off, but I gotta get shit recorded because depending on, I know, I think this one's going, I'm not far enough ahead, and I need to get ahead because I got some time off coming up where I'm not going to record, and then by the time I get back from that, like, I'll be, like, only a week ahead if I play my cards right. So, like, we knew. I told you, August and September is kind of fucked for me time-wise of, like, finally getting in, and I'm behind again. So, it'll get better. It's okay. Because now this is the last function that I have to do or go to, that where it's, like, it's a couple of days where I can't record. I got nothing until Christmas. And then, so I got, like, October and November, and I got, like, 6 or 7 vacation days still left to take that I will be taking, like, every motherfucking Monday or whatever and being like, woohoo! Taking a couple days here and there, 3-4 days at a time, who knows, and just recording and blast because I'm gonna have the time. So, I don't have any excuses, hopefully. Cross our fingers. Anyway. The VIP's son is just 27, but he's already overseeing all their business in Lost York. He must be adept at what he does. Oh, while this is purely speculation, I believe they might have invited us to discuss some potential business collaboration. See, he gets it. Like a joint venture with Cupid Core? Like, didn't she 3 lines ago literally like, our business has nothing to do with this? Like, she was an idiot and couldn't fucking figure out how Cupid Core and a Island of Paradise could work together? Possibly. Unless she meant, oh, we don't have any current business with them, so why is he inviting him type of, I guess. Running a campaign with free tickets for newlywed couples might be something our customers would appreciate. Or maybe even hosting a matchmaking event. The prospect of increasing their chances of marriage could definitely draw a crowd. As I threw out different possibilities, Shelby burst into laughter. You really never change, do you? Huh? What do you mean? You're always so passionate about your work. I wish I was your work. He didn't say that, but you know he's thinking it. Oh, I'm passionate about it too, don't worry. Oh, did I do it again? I realized my work habits as Cupid were hard to shake. I was drawn to any opportunity for matchmaking. I get it though. I'm the same way. But right now we're on our honeymoon. We should be focusing on that, don't you think? He's like, again, I am your work for these couple of days. So focus on this. It was true. Shelby was typically hyper-focused on work, but today he was reminding me to enjoy our vacation. Also, I like the fact, aside from like the little stripies and dots behind her head, but like their upper and lower text boxes are switched colors. Like he's blue with pink on the bottom and she's pink with blue on the bottom. This was our first trip together as a married couple and our honeymoon at that. It was time to relax and set work aside. Okay, Shelby. Agreed. No more work talk. Of course. I mean, it's different shades, but still. The two of us stuck close together as we gazed out at the sea from the ferry. A newly constructed island nestled in the tranquil seas off Lost York Bay was now coming into view. I was curious about what lay ahead. Also the fact that you just created an island pear-shaped. Just saying. The steam whistle's shrill blast caught my attention, signaling that land was fast approaching. As the ferry neared the shore, the entrance of Diamor Paradis came into view. I was eager about our honeymoon trip. Upon docking, the grandeur of the entrance was striking. Wow. Of course, all the other times we've come here, they've never mentioned taking I mean, it is an island or whatever, but they've never mentioned the ferry or anything, so. Oh, and this is quite elaborate. I'd envisioned something more understated, but the scale of the entrance gave us a hint of the magnitude of the place. The vibrant decor was charming, and the vast array of different stores sent a thrill of excitement through me. Look, Shelby! Isn't that souvenir adorable? It's a bit early to be shopping for souvenirs, don't you think? Shelby flashed a bemused smile as he joined me in exploring the store. He was just as fascinated by the new facilities as I was. And this flooring is impressive. It's dirt-resistant and reflects light beautifully. The way they direct traffic is well thought out. You can always enjoy the view no matter where you are. Oh, Shelby, we agreed not to talk about work today. We're not talking about work. We're talking about the structure of this building and how they laid it out. It's totally different. Oh, right. I was the one who insisted on it, too. Shelby looked uneasy and wrapped his arm around my shoulder. Seeing me, however, he seemed momentarily at a loss for words. Shelby, what's wrong? No, I was just reflecting on how difficult it is to fully focus on the honeymoon. Well, let's get back to our room and I'll make you fully focus. It's okay. Does he love his work that much? Well, you don't have to completely forget about your work. I love my job too. No, it's not that. It's not about work. It's about how cute you are. Huh? Nothing. Anyway, let's take a walk. Didn't you mention wanting to check out that gift shop over there? Look at him blushing. Shelby, blushing, diverted his gaze from me and began to walk towards the shop I had pointed out earlier. I noted his reddened ears and couldn't help but giggle. Oh, Shelby, he still isn't used to this yet. See, I like it when they're giggly and embarrassed and kind of acting stupid. I hate when she does it. You know what I mean? Like, every once in a while, you're like, oh my god, it was embarrassing how he just said that in public. Okay, fine. But then it's the, oh my god, oh my god, he's looking at me. Oh my god, he touched my hand. And it's like, you just had sex, get over it. Like, it's not your first time anymore. But like, seeing them get a little like awkward is so much more refreshing. Reflecting on our past, I realized that ever since we started living together, Shelby was often bashful. When Shelby and I decided to live together, we weren't lovers. There were no romantic feelings between us. I could vividly recall the day we moved under the same roof. It was part of a secret project to safeguard the company. We played the role of a married couple to uphold Shelby's devoted husband image. Some months back, I was working as a bridal advisor dealing with the problematic members of Cupid Corps known as the Parasite 5. One member who was notoriously difficult was a man called Monsieur Essay. Monsieur Essay had a stand-in for his matchmaking activities and never attended parties or interviews. I did my best to help him find potential spouses. Following the conclusion of the matchmaking sharehouse program Parasite House, all members of the Parasite 5 I was managing quit their memberships except one. That remaining member was Monsieur Essay. I was pondering how to guide him better when Shelby summoned me. It was then that Shelby disclosed he was Monsieur Essay. Shelby, the president of Cupid Corps, had been using a representative for matchmaking. He had cultivated a false public image of being a devoted husband, despite his bachelorhood. He felt it was too late to reverse that narrative. He'd used a stand-in for matchmaking activities in an attempt to transform his lie into reality. However, no one was keen on marrying someone who wouldn't reveal themselves. I mean, could you imagine? You're like, no, it's cool. I like the fact that I've never seen my husband's face and it's a mystery. Completely backed into a corner, he sought my advice. And then, so much happened. We posed as a married couple and held receptions for vital clients. We attempted to deceive paparazzi, trying to prove that the president was actually married by creating deceptive silhouettes in the bedroom. In the end, when photos were about to be leaked, he publicly declared his single status. Not anymore. He'd been aware of the inevitable backlash we'd both receive. It was all to protect me. What's wrong? While I was remembering what happened before we got married, when I was remembering what happened before we got married, I can read. Shelby turned to me questioningly. I was just thinking about everything that happened before we got married. I see. It was the most eventful year of my life. Really? Definitely. Shelby smiled, lost in thought. He pulled me closer and laughed. Ever since I met you, my life has transformed. And you've stirred up a lifetime's worth of emotions in me. That's why you can't handle them. It's cute. Spacey looked like she had no idea what I meant while I laughed to myself. She really has no clue. Yeah, well, every single day before our wedding was thrillingly emotional. Every morning she was the first thing I saw when I woke up, and every evening she was there to greet me when I returned home. She offered me countless suggestions and acting lessons to help me convincingly maintain my role as a devoted husband. She innocently proposed that we call each other by our first names, and that we should have breakfast together. I found it endearing. It surprised me that someone like her could even exist. Her presence brought a sense of comfort that felt ideal to me. I thought of it as a temporary arrangement for the company's sake, assuming it would eventually end. But to my surprise, I couldn't control the surge of emotions that gradually developed. I found myself falling for her. I yearned to be by her side, to protect her, to become a man worthy of her. However, our roles were defined. I was her superior and she, my subordinate. Yeah, well, that makes it a little kinky. Our relationship was contractual, but gradually evolved. My desire to be near her, to disclose my feelings, intensified. I longed for her presence, to shower her with affection. And being by her side was all I wanted, but soon it wasn't enough. I wished not only to spoil her, but to be spoiled in return. I always assumed I didn't need the reassurance that comes from relying on another. Yet, meeting her made me realize the profound joy of having a supportive companion in difficult times. The thoughts of her had stirred a tempest of emotions within me. It was then that I finally came to grips with my own feelings. The sensation of loving someone. For the first time, I understood its meaning. And I simply couldn't resist kissing her in that moment. And then she confessed that she harbored feelings for me as well. In my inebriated state, my feelings spilled forth. All reason seemed to have deserted me then. Passion nudged me. I kissed her. Yet Spacey immediately fell asleep after that. The aftermath of that was difficult. I carried her to bed. It was a strategic move, hoping to confess my feelings as soon as she woke. Even while she slept, I longed to kiss her. Please don't while I'm sleeping. But I reminded myself that it wouldn't be right while she was unconscious. Good man. So, I suppressed my longing and eagerly awaited the morning. I planned to express my love when she awoke, but I fell asleep, and before I knew it, morning was upon us. That morning marked the first time I woke up beside her. Truthfully, my emotions had been soaring. The memory of her admission of affection from the night before was still vivid in my mind. We'd admitted our feelings for each other, so I assumed we would become lovers. That is, until I discovered she had forgotten everything. Because of her drunkenness, she didn't remember anything she had said. That revelation led to a significant delay in my own declaration of love. See, that's the kind of amnesia that's okay. You know what I mean? In the middle of a route. You know, if you start out the route with amnesia, it's one thing. But if you're in the middle of a route, we declared our love for each other, and then, like, I got hit on the head. What? I forgot everything. What the fuck? This kind of, like, amnesia is fine. You're like, wow, what happened? I was really drunk last night. And they're like, oh, that's okay. That's all right. You know, I feel like that's a good way around it. To kind of do the, I just forgot everything I confessed to you yesterday, but, like, not make it, like, stupid. However, we overcame those challenges and eventually got married. Oh, look at a flashback to our wedding, CG. On my first ever wedding, I was finally marrying the woman I loved, as opposed to, like, your third? Jesus. My first ever. I know it's because he was pretending to be a devoted husband, and that's why they specified it like that, but it was just weird. And despite being married, my love for her only seemed to intensify with each passing day. I never anticipated that. Look at his little smile. Shelby? Upon hearing her voice, the surge of love was nearly overwhelming. I found myself on the brink of ignoring our surroundings to steal a kiss. However, we were in public. True, Lost Yorkers often displayed their affection freely, but I still harbored a certain shyness. It had been so long since I had dated anyone. I believed marriage was an impossibility for me. I was still adjusting to the concept of married life, let alone the idea of casually kissing my wife in public. That's kind of adorable. Well, I was just thinking what kind of souvenir we should get. Oh, really? Yes. We should choose something we can keep. Perhaps a matching... No, never mind. I diverted my gaze and tried to compose myself. Matching edible panties? I mean, I guess, but I think that's in a different gift shop. In the past, I never allowed my emotions to overtake me. Hence, I was unprepared to deal with these overwhelming feelings. We usually spend time together either at home or at the office. I never realized how hard it could be to suppress my desires while on a date. Well, we get to check in, and then once we get in our room, you don't have to suppress shit. Oh, what about matching t-shirts? I like the idea of a matching look. Matching look? Is that a problem? No, it's not that. I just wondered where we would wear them. Yeah, because they're like, you wear them at home, chilling out on the couch. As pajamas, maybe? That too. Pajamas? What? Do you normally sleep naked, and the idea of wearing something on your body when you sleep is shocking to you? Why are you so shocked about that? I couldn't resist picturing how adorable that would look. Oh, because he's like, I'm picturing her in pajamas and getting naughty thoughts. Sir, simmer down a little. So save it for the hotel room. I'm brushing his idea the aside of matching outfits. I envisioned her in a souvenir t-shirt, styled in the tropical fashion of D'Amour Paradis. That's not a bad idea. Huh? It's nothing. Look at this! The straw hat's so cute! What do you think? She was beaming at me through the tiny mirror attached to the shop's hat rack. Shelby, are you okay? Now he's like, oh, that hat is turning me on. Sir, you need to get help. Actually, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I like the fact that you imagining me in a, like, vacation t-shirt to hop into bed is, like, turning you on so much. Because that's, adorable. I don't have to get sexy. Like, look, we got our matching honeymoon t-shirts. And then you're like, God, you're hot right now. It's refreshing. It's ridiculous. I mean, not ridiculous, but you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous for him to be all like, oh my God, like, whoo, hot and bothered over a t-shirt. But it's kind of fucking cute because, that's what you want in your relationship. You want something like that where, like, you're going to look at your significant other or vice for whatever and be like, just something about you in a basic-ass t-shirt is just hot, Like, you don't have to get all sexy. It's just like, yeah, Yes, I'm fine. The hat, it looks beautiful on you. That's great. I bet this one would look good on you, Shelby. Here, try it on. Please put a fucking hat on a Sprite. She reached up to place a hat on me. Her perfume, sweetly lingering around her neck, intoxicated me. This man can barely contain himself. We're gonna have sex in this gift shop. This is not good. I'm sorry, I need a drink. Can we get something to refresh ourselves? Her cuteness was overwhelming, threatening to overload my senses. In a desperate attempt to regain control, I quickly purchased the 2 hats and rushed to a nearby shop for coconut juice. I love this. Though, you know what I mean? Like, again, it's just a mundane little activity, shopping. I mean, sure, you're on vacation, so it's slightly different, but it's still like, you're just out shopping, goofing around, having fun, and he's just like, I can't contain myself. I want to bone you right here. And it's like, it's not even like, yeah, I just want to fuck you. It's the, like, God, you're so fucking cute, and even just normal fucking activities rile me the fuck up. Because it's not just like, I'm horny. It's more the how much I care about you and love you. Stupid little things like you breathing turns me on. Like, you know what I mean? And you're like, that's kind of adorable. This is what we want from our Otome games. You know what I mean? You want them to be ridiculously in love with you because that's what you just want in real life. You want someone to like be like, God damn, why are you so fucking cute? Just trying on that pair of sunglasses. What the hell? Where it's just kind of out of nowhere where they just feel like that? Because you want to be able to feel like that about somebody else. You know what I mean? And then you stop and think. You're like, did you ever date someone who maybe felt that way, but they just didn't tell you? You know what I mean? Because, like, think about it. Did you ever tell every single person you dated, like, you know what? Sometimes when you're sitting there doing some silly, ridiculous, mundane activity, it's ridiculously hot. And, like, gets me a little fired up. I'm not going to throw you down and take you right now, but like, damn, it's kind of a turn on that you didn't. You know what I mean? I had an ex that dusted my apartment. Because as a kid, that's what his mom would let him do. Like chore-wise. And I hate dusting. And one day I just sat there and he's like, I'll do it. He got a little feather, got the little like Swiffer thing out, was dusting my shelves, very carefully dusting my knickknacks. The fact that I trusted him to do it tells you a lot. Because I'm like, don't touch my fucking shit. And I just sat there with a glass of wine and I'm like, I'm just going to sit here and watch you dust. And like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't like sexy in the like, God, you're fucking hot right now. But it was like sexy in the like, this is just really nice that you would just like dust. And maybe it's because you're like, God damn it, I can't handle how much dust is on these shelves. Sure, maybe it was a neurotic thing, but it was still like, it's just kind of sweet that you're like, I'll dust for you because I know you hate it and I don't mind doing it. And like, sure, just sit there and like, it was just cute. You know? It's just a little adorable thing. You know? But shit like that. You don't tell them like, you know, there's just something about that just makes you hotter. You know? Because, like, seriously, find a man that dusts for you. Just saying. Could use that. But then now I'm like, don't fucking, I wouldn't trust anyone to touch my shit. But he was very delicate and careful. Very carefully touching everything. Like, probably more careful than I would be dusting my own shit. Like, because you gotta take everything off the shelf, dust everything, and put it back. And like, but he'd be like, I'm gonna pick this up and put it back. And then like, very carefully. Probably took him 3 times longer to dust a shelf than it would take me to dust the entire fucking bookcase. You know what I mean? But like, whatever. Anyway. I'm watching her joyously slipping from the straw caused my mind to lose it. I love again, and we're just casually having a drink and you're freaking the fuck out. I love it. Shelby's been acting odd all day. He had been murmuring to himself for a while as I continued savoring my coconut juice. The drink Shelby bought was refreshing and succulent, perfect for a hot day. Ah, so delicious. Even though the drink was incredibly refreshing, Shelby seemed unaffected. Phew. He closed his eyes as he drank. It seemed like he was immersed in the flavors. We finished our drinks, returned the empty shelves to the shop, and resumed our journey hand in hand. Where should we go next? As I tried to recall the map at the entrance, my attention was caught by an adorable ride. Little tuk-tuk thing. Look, Shelby! Isn't that ride cute? Lovey-dovey auto rickshaw. The sign referred to a 3-wheeler vehicle, the lovey-dovey auto rickshaw. A quick explanation written on the side explained that riders could use it to tour the entire island. I see. The lovey-dovey auto rickshaw is quite clever. It allows visitors to easily tour the fast-paced D'Amour Paradis. And it's auto, so it looks like there's no drive. So it's like oh god, we're gonna die. Since we're here, should we give it a try? I think that's a great idea. So we both hopped on the lovey-dovey auto rickshaw and took off. Because auto rickshaw, oh, look at our little CG and our hats. He looks so cute in that hat. Look, I love a man in flair. Like glasses, hats, vests. I'm down for it. Put them all on. Put glasses, hat, and a vest. All of it. All the fucking flair at once. Individually, awesome. Combination, awesome. Altogether, best. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But I love this. Oh, and I love that it's sparkling. The slow speed of the ride allowed us to fully appreciate the beautiful views of the island. Leaning out of the vehicle, I reveled in the soft breeze against my cheeks. Wow, Shelby, look! We can see the ocean from here! And you could see the ocean from the ferry earlier. I know, but this view is different. It's just so gorgeous. Being from a city, we seldom visited the beach, making the ocean view incredibly exciting. As the auto rickshaw leisurely toured D'Amour Paradis, we passed various stalls, a show hall, and an impressive restaurant. And that's a good way not only to like get a cute little view and spend some time together, you get to see the island and like see all the other shops and be like, oh, okay, these are places I want to go later, you know? D'Amour Paradis was a thoughtfully designed resort with many sights to see. Find some popcorn, look for dolphins. I feel like we should look for dolphins. We're like, why are we going to find some popcorn right now? You know what I mean? I guess it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? But I like the look for dolphins. I like that one. We could probably do either one. Let's look for dolphins. I don't think it really matters what we choose, but we go with the guide just because, like, we want to make sure we get the balanced choices. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to remember if we, for some reason, end up, oh shit, we ended up in the sweet end instead of sweet ends, but that we're going to go back and do them and, like, do the opposite, and then we end up in the spicy. Okay, but then I'm not going to go, like, which one was which again? Because it's not like, oh, the right side is always spicy and the left side's always sweet. It kind of goes back and forth to throw you off your game, obviously. And you want to get a balance for the sweet and spicy end. So, sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. No, 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 no. Shelby, look! Dolphins are swimming out there. Come here. Do you gotta go potties? I was trying. I had to move myself and adjust myself. But you've been very good and quiet and patient. I say that, but you were being a dick before biting me. But then you simmered down. But now you're getting awaked. Now you're awaked, and I don't want you feeling like you gotta go potty, so we'll get you to your potty spot. You know, you used to be good and people wouldn't notice, and now I gotta get you to your potty spot more often. It's probably better for you, because you shouldn't sit there and try to hold your poopies for an hour. It's not good for you. Considering the fact that birds go every, like, 5 to 15 minutes. Like, you know. But you also, when you're napping, obviously, you sleep a lot. You're a very lazy boy. You're a very lazy bird. He's like, I don't get my 12 hours of sleep at night. I know. But if I covered you up, and if I was like, okay, I got to get up at like 8 o'clock for work. If I covered you up at 8 o'clock at night, you wouldn't like that. You'd be very mad. You'd be screaming at me because you'd be like, lady, wait, no, you're still awake. And, like, I don't know. I haven't fixed my routine to be like, all right, let's cover the birdie up at 8 o'clock at night. We'll go upstairs and we can watch TV in our bedroom. Or I could, like, sit up here and do something. You would scream and shriek because you'd be sad. Because you'd be, like, you know when I'm still awake upstairs because then I can hear you downstairs calling to me because you wouldn't go to sleep. You wouldn't. You only go to sleep when I go to sleep. So I know that's why you nap all day. I know. But it's okay. Why do you smell funky? You usually smell pretty good. You took a bath yesterday. You took Tubby's yesterday. Why do you smell like a wet bird? Wet bird does not smell nice. You normally smell delicious. But you smell kind of funky right now. Anyway.
Dolphins. Even though this is a resort, we're still in Los York. I doubt they'd ship dolphins here.
But look! They just jumped out of the water! Shelby failed to spot the dolphins, despite my excited attempts to point them out. I feel like this is sweet.
Well, those dolphins must be in good health.
Hey, you don't believe me? That's not fair. I swear I saw them. Also, any kind of ocean water would probably have dolphins. I'm just saying. Laughing, I playfully shook Shelby's arm. That was spicy? Okay. The dolphins were spicy. Maybe because even though everybody seems to like dolphins, they're assholes. So, you know. Anyway.
What's with that cute face? Well, I guess I can't resist when you're acting so adorable. It's just us here after all.
What's wrong?
Seeing you playful like that makes you look too cute. It makes me want to do this.
Shelby wrapped his arms around my waist. My hat tipped up as he planted a kiss on my temple. Oh, ew, that's adorable. Oh, the CG does it. Public displays of affection from Shelby were rare. He whispered reassurances that we were safe. It implied that if we were on the auto... It implied that if we were... Aren't we on the auto rickshaw? It implied that if we were on the auto rickshaw, he would have kissed my lips, but we're in the auto rickshaw. That makes no sense. Oh, whatever. Shelby's excitement was hard to read, but I could tell he was enjoying the experience as much as I was, unless it was like we ran around and then we had just gotten off, but the CG still shows us in the rickshaw. But that still kind of makes it confusing, because like, it implies that if we were on the auto rickshaw, he would have kissed me on the lips. He kissed me on the forehead while the CG shows him kissing you on the, like, well, kind of on the corner of your eye, but whatever. You know, your temple, like, in the rickshaw. It doesn't make sense. And it wouldn't make sense for the line to be, if we weren't on the auto rickshaw, he'd have kissed me on the lips, because
You would have been, if you're not on the auto rickshaw, you'd be even more out in public. So I don't quite... Did they realize where they were? I don't know. Okay, whatever. The honeymoon had certainly added a new dimension to our relationship. Spacey, take a look. The view over there is also great. He tenderly stroked my hair, whispering my name. Shelby seems to be enjoying this too. Ever since we arrived on the island, Shelby struggled to switch off from work, but it was clear he was relishing this experience. D'Amour Paradis seemed to possess a magical power that helped even the most relentless workaholics unwind. As we rode the auto rickshaw, we leisurely observed the various shops that surrounded us. After a while, a large structure came into view. It resembled a facility straight out of spy and heist movies. A casino! Wow, look, Shelby! A casino? You know, Lost York doesn't really have any large casinos. Maybe that's why they built this one here. It's impressive. They definitely did their research on Lost York. True. To find casinos of this size, you'd normally have to go all the way to Nas Venus? Nas Venus! Not Venus, Venus. Nas Venus. Should we check it out? I just love how they fuck up all their just like... I just love the way they name things in here. Yeah, let's. It's ridiculous. We disembarked the auto rickshaw and ventured into the bustling casino, which we already knew was here because came to free Chi and Maronice's route. Wow! There appeared to be no dress code, as everyone was in casual attire. It seemed like a relaxed environment where we could enjoy ourselves. I haven't set foot in a casino since my college days. So you've played before? Yes. I used to try my hand at everything. I practiced all the games. He was trying to say he was SS at all the games. How does one even practice casino games? It was very much like Shelby to focus on mastering something rather than on profiting from it. Can you teach me then? My knowledge of casinos is solely from movies. You just go to the fucking, nickel slots. Not a problem, where you just put in $20 and you play all day. Unless you're me, then, you lose your $20 instantly, because I do not have good luck, so gambling is not a good thing for me. Which is why playing gacha games is a bad motherfucking idea! You know? At least those comes with stories and you kinda get something out of it. You know what I mean? It's like doing the Kuji raffles sometimes when they have them, and it's like an event, you're like, I'm gonna get something. It might not be the character or the things that I particularly would buy myself if they had all the merch available, but you're like, I'm gonna get something for my $10 raffle ticket, and sometimes you get some really good shit, and sometimes you're like, I just got a bunch of pins and stuff, but cool, whatevs, those ones I haven't done too bad. I used to do them a lot more often. I haven't done one in a while, but I did one for Bungo Stray Dogs, and I did them from 2 different shops, and one of them, you could watch them live draw your thing. It took them forever to fucking get to mine, but I ended up getting my Chuya pillow. I got a fucking pillow, bitch. I ended up with 3 out of the 4 fucking pillows, I think, that they were, doing. And one of them, I didn't think I wanted the pillow, so I bought it from somebody. And then I ended up winning it when my raffle thing came up. And I was like, you're going to be fucking shitting me. So I have 2 of them. I'm like, whatever. And when they did a Majima one from Yakuza a couple of years ago? Was it last year or the year before? I don't know. It was like a birthday raffle type thing. And I was like, all right, I'll throw some in. I was hoping just to get some pins and stuff for the Majima Eat-A bag that I've been planning for 16 fucking years. Okay, it's not been that long, but whatever. I got a fucking t-shirt and a fucking hoodie. And I was like, well, those aren't going to fit because I'm a fat ass and they're going to be average standard sizes that would fit a Japanese man. But they fit, they're perfect. The t-shirt is perfect. It fits the way I want it to, which is slim fitted. So I'm like, this is perfect. And the fact that the hoodie fits, and I was like, I'm sure it'd probably be oversized on a Japanese man. And yet on me, I'm like, oh, it's a nice slim fitted hoodie. Whatever. And I'm like, the only thing that sucks is they both have the same design on it. So it's I think they had
for the hoodies, I think there was only one, and you could get a black one or a white one or whatever. Or whatnot. But I think t-shirts, I think there was a couple of different designs. But like my t-shirt and my hoodie have the exact same design. I'm like, it would have been nicer if my t-shirt had a different one on it, you know? But still, the fact that I paid, I think I bought like 5 tickets or something, and I got a hoodie and a t-shirt. I got a hoodie for $10 fucking dollars. I mean, I think that's pretty fucking amazing, you know? So I'm like, I mean, could have been worse. So that was pretty cool. Especially when they came and they fit, you know? But anyway, that's basically all I do because you're guaranteed to get something as opposed to going to a casino and throwing in $20 and you might get a free drink. You know, that's it. And then you're just going to lose a lot of money. Not happening. Anyway, because it's not about the fun. You're like, nah, this isn't fun. We proceeded to explore the casino and try out various games. The Diamora Parodies Casino was designed to be beginner-friendly, implementing betting limits so you couldn't lose large amounts of money. Well, that's nice. It appeared that most patrons were enjoying the experience without suffering major losses. That's good, because casinos can be problematic like that. The casino utilized cute, heart-shaped chips, enhancing the resort atmosphere. That's nice. Like little heart-shaped chip. That's cute. I like that. After exploring most of the games, we headed over to the show hall where a magic show was taking place. How hard would it be to stack those chips, though? Because, like, if you're, like, the casino people, like, you just grab the chips, you put them, they're round, so they go any which way. But, like, heart ones have to go in the little things a certain way, I would assume. Like, otherwise, imagine that. Like, imagine a stack of chips. And they're round. They're going to be perfectly round. Doesn't matter which way, if one's facing up, down, backwards, whatever. But heart ones... am I the crazy one? Like if you were stacking them in like a case where you're stacking them horizontally, not vertically. You know what I mean? Like if they're not sitting there with like the rounded parts of the heart up and the point down and they're all which way, that's not perfectly aligned and that's driving me crazy just imagining that. I'm weird. Why am I like, that's really cute heart-shaped chips, but that's going to be problematic because they're never going to look right in the stack. Because if you've ever been to a casino or watched a movie or anything where they have like, if you're like, oh, I'm getting a lot of chips and they give you the little case thing with all your chips in it, right? They're just in like rows in like a little box. And now imagine the heart-shaped ones and they're not all perfectly aligned. Would you not just sit there and be like, I'm going to spend 10 minutes and fix it? Like that would drive me crazy. Am I the only one that would drive motherfucking insane and be like, no, this ain't right? Like, you know what I mean? Like weird. Anyway. Probably the only person that fucking cares that much. No. How did they do that? It was my first live magic show and I was captivated. No matter how intently I watched, I couldn't figure out the tricks. Shelby, do you know how they did that? I whispered in his ear and he flinched as if tickled before nodding in response. Yes, I think I could recreate most of it. He can make the salami disappear, you want to say? He's even SS in magic, huh? Is there anything Shelby can't do? Not be embarrassed. His marksmanship was also SS. Arm in arm with Shelby, I rested my head on his shoulder, reminiscing about the time he had protected me. Didn't something bad happen to Owen or something in this route? Like, is that why we're a secretary? Didn't, like, Owen come out and we were like, what the fuck? Like, is that what happened? Why am I imagining that? Caught off guard by my close proximity, Shelby blushed, visible even in the dim light. During a brief blackout for the show, he snuck a quick kiss. Aw, sweet. We continued to tour Diamora Paradies, soaking up the atmosphere. As evening turned into night, we ventured out to the night market for dinner. Wow, look, Shelby! So many stalls! It's actually really cute that they're like night stalls. It must never rain here. Indeed. They all look so tempting. Where should we start? Well, since we're here, let's try a bit of everything. Sounds like a plan. We ventured to the nearest stall, sampling anything that caught our eye before moving on to the next. Sorry, bird. I need my hand back because I have to itch my leg. Oh, how do you eat this? I think you mix it with a spoon first, then scoop it up.
Like this? It's quite tasty.
We savored various foods we'd never tried before. One dish resembled a crepe. Biting into it, a burst of juicy flavor surprised me. The skewers were also delicious, albeit piping hot.
And careful, the juice inside is really hot. You might burn yourself.
Maybe I should poke a hole in it to let it cool down.
Yeah, the flavor is exceptional.
We tried soups, paninis, and dishes with names I couldn't even pronounce. Thank God they didn't put them in here so I don't have to pronounce them. The variety definitely contributed to the feeling of being at a resort. There were many foods here that we couldn't find in Lost York. Technically, you're in Lost York, so.
There are so many cuisines I've never seen before, and this is fascinating. It feels like we're traveling the world. It's a great experience for busy Lost Yorkers like us.
I saw on Instagram that many people come here specifically for the food. This is amazing!
And you're definitely right about that.
D'Amour Paradis really was a chic new hangout. I imagine many Lost Yorkers would frequent this place on their days off. It seemed like the perfect spot for a party. Wow, chicka wow wow. Oh hey, this is the honeymoon suite. We've seen this background before. After some time exploring, we finally arrived at the hotel room we were invited to. Wow, look at this, Shelby! The room's incredible!
Yes.
Is that like a pool on the balcony, or is the balcony just shiny? The hotel robes are adorable. I worked up a sweat. Do you mind if I shower first? You might. Okay, but he's going to work you up into a sweat again.
And go ahead,
unless he gets in the shower with you. I wonder what's wrong with Shelby. He's thinking about fucking you, but it's not like this is your first time. I noticed Shelby acting strangely as soon as we entered the room. His expression was thoughtful and distant. Maybe he's just overwhelmed by how fancy this place is. The room was indeed extravagant. I'd have to make sure to thank Mr. Omar for the generous invitation. Nonetheless, after a full day out, I was exhausted. I craved a shower and a good night's sleep.
Oh, yeah, you get a good night's sleep.
Leaving Shelby in his thoughts, I slipped into the bathroom.
Is she always this cute when she's confused?
Probably, because I'm always confused.
Finally alone, I let out a long sigh. Even I wasn't sure why I was so giddy. We spent every day together, yet Spacey had looked adorable since the beginning of the day.
Because, to be fair, your mind is usually occupied with, my God, my wife's beautiful. But, oh, wait, work, and then, it's back and forth, and, you got a lot of shit going on. But, this, right now, this is what you're focused on, so it's taking up all of your thoughts, and you can't distract yourself with work, It
wasn't until we were inside this luxurious suite that it hit me. We were on our honeymoon. I need to pull it together. I knew sleep wouldn't come easily that night.
I mean, I hope not, but I feel like the game's gonna cockblock me.
Knowing Spacey...
Wow, they're really bad at this. They are really bad at coding in to put the name you chose and not the, base name. Because this is, it happened, twice in Ryuki's route, and it's happening here, right now, so... I don't know who the fuck Lynette is, you cheating bastard! Maybe that's what the tag in the guide was about. I don't think Atome Kitten changes the names. I think she probably leaves them, the main character name, you know what I mean? But I assume, because, she'll reference the character by the given first name. And sometimes when people do that, oh my God, I love Lynette. And I'm like, who? And I'm like, oh, right, that's the main character. I get confused because I don't remember their real names because I changed them. You know what I mean? But maybe that's the cheating thing because all of our fucking boyfriends so far keep thinking about this Lynette bitch, whoever the fuck she is. Anyway, knowing Spacey, she'd likely head to bed straight after her shower. Truthfully, I had no intention of letting her sleep, but I had to maintain my cool. I don't want you to let me sleep, that's why I'm getting freshened up. Keep calm. Just stay calm. Actually, don't. I need you to just, go crazy. Lose your fucking cool and just throw me down and take me. It'll be kind of hot. I hope to avoid revealing how much I've been anticipating this honeymoon. I had to keep my cool at all times. I wanted to present myself as a composed adult in front of her, but... No, that's not what we want. Like, we want to know that I am what makes you lose your composure. That's hot. Shelby, I'm out! Seeing her emerge from the bath in her robe, my mind went blank. She looked absolutely adorable. And see, he's going to blue screen, and this is where we push him down and are like, I'll just start then, because while you reboot? Okay. Spacey, thanks for letting me shower first. It's your turn now. We could have showered together and saved time and water. Not much water. Probably not at all, but time. As she passed, I caught a whiff of her floral scent. It was likely from the bath soap supplied by the hotel. It was a sweet, exotic scent that felt perfectly appropriate for a resort. I had to swallow the surge of emotion rising in my throat. I have to stay calm. I repeated the mantra to myself. Don't. There's me. I'm that little demonic Kermit the Frog and said, don't stay calm. Shove her down and take her. However, unaware of my struggles, Spacey bounced on the bed. Right, because she's like trying to tempt you. God, man's an idiot. No, she's not. Listen, she's smart, but she's also stupid in that sense. Like, she doesn't get it. Shelby, look! The bed's covered in flower petals. Isn't it beautiful? Now you just fucked him up by sticking your ass in him. Shelby? She must have been surprised when I suddenly joined her on the bed. Her wide-eyed, innocent look made me catch my breath. I'm in trouble. She's just too adorable. I knew I couldn't hold back any longer. She was just too irresistible. How could it be that this adorable woman is my wife? My heart swelled with happiness thinking about how I managed to marry someone like her. Whatever rational thought I had left allowed me to utter the next words. I was just thinking about how lucky I am to have married you. Good boy. I feel exactly the same way. She reached out and caressed my cheek. Her innocent touch, like one would give to a large, friendly dog, stirred something in me. Before I knew it, I was leaning in for a kiss. Spacey... The slight twitch of her shoulders only further stoked my desire. She whimpered, a tiny sound that shattered any remaining restraint I had. Spacey, I'm sorry. I can't hold back any longer. You say that like we've never had sex before. I mean, it's just, like, don't get me wrong, I like the intensity. I like how he's like, okay, well, whatever. But it's like, okay. Shelby... Her cheeks flushed as she realized my intentions. Again, I like when they act a little awkward and strange, especially Shelby. It works for him. But, like, I'm gonna need her to be the one that's, like, not an embarrassed fucking mess, though. She met my gaze with heat in her eyes and rolled onto her side, exposing her neck in a gesture of surrender. Okay, good for us. Without another thought, I moved in to kiss her neck. Her clean, warm skin tasted sweet and slightly tangy. Happy honeymoon. You know, that's the perfect... I was like, this scene's gonna go on forever if we have to read, like, a little, like, sexy time scene. But we don't. We don't. It's just implied. Implied sexy time. We'll get some more intensity stuff later, but perfect place to end this. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.